Welcome to Comically Comics, your one-stop listen to all things comics. We're talking books, movies, TV shows, video games, and more. I must forewarn you, though, we are a spoiler cast, and what that means is we consider all properties, past, future, and present, to be valid, and we will spoil the hell out of them. I'm your host, Michael, along with my two co-hosts, Richard and Jeremy, and with all that being said, let's get started.
What a bunch of a-holes.
And with that, it's Sunday, April 27th. We are back with news this week, y'all. We finished up Daredevil last week. Hope y'all enjoyed that. And then, God willing, we will be doing, what's that new movie? Thunderbolts the next week.
I think that's what everyone's saying. What's that new movie?
Yeah. What's that new one? What's the one with the guys doing stuff and the gals? So yeah, we figured this would be a good time to catch up on some news. There's been some trailer drops and whatnot like that. So let's get things rolling. Tom Holland.
Wait, hang on a second. I wanted to say one thing about the Thunderbolts movie. I thought it was funny. It's like my mom she saw the trailer for it a couple weeks ago or a few weeks ago, whenever it was. And she texted me. She's like, "So are these like good guys or bad guys?" And I just said, "Yes." She's like, "Oh,
maybe." All I know is my gut says maybe.
We'll get more into the Thunderbolts later on, but right now, Tom Holland. I'm assuming like Sony put him up to this because I think it was around the time when Sony has their little conference thing or whatever, talking about the new movies and whatnot. He let out that the Spider-Man 4 name is going to be Brand New Day.
Mm-hmm.
So what's y'all's thoughts on this? There is a story in the Amazing Spider-Man comic books that's called Brand New Day.
Triggered.
What is?
No, not really. But they also released the logo. Like we get to see the actual logo itself.
Oh, cool! I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's they changed the Spider-Man font slightly, and they're leaving the like homecoming kind of font the same for the Brand New Day part for the little like subtitle.
Of course they are.
Well, is it going to stay the same, or are we going to get some chairs and then they change the font?
That's later. Your spoilers, Jeremy. You're getting ahead of yourself.
Spoilers. Jeremy's so excited tonight.
I know. He's fired out of a cannon. He just wants to get this over with.
Yeah, I was wondering if you'd be triggered by that because Brand New Day really does not have like a very good following. It doesn't seem like.
So I'm sorry, Jeremy. I usually try to let you go, but I'll go.
No, I would have absolutely nothing to put towards this one, basically. So.
Okay. Well, it follows the One More Day story, which is the story that we just kind of saw in movie form, where Mephisto like undoes the marriage between Mary Jane and Spider-Man, a la the No Way Home thing, where everyone forgets that Pete's Spider-Man, including Michelle Jones and Ned and everybody else. But it also had like, as it leads on from the like Brand New Day, Spider-Man Big Time happens, which is arguably one of my favorite like kind of modern day. I say modern day, but it came out like, I don't know, 2010. So it's not that much modern anymore. But like I love that kind of like arc of Spider-Man. I think that's really cool. It also, I believe Dan Slott wrote all that. I could be wrong there, but he's also like one of my favorite like Spider-Man writers.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to have to do anything with Brand New Day other than in name only. And I think they're just using the day, like, you know how they had home be the like through line between all the subtitles in the previous trilogy. I think day is going to be the through line and all that. So I saw a Redditor. I meant to grab their screen name to credit them, but I love this idea where the first movie is going to be Brand New Day. The next movie is going to be called Spider-Man Bad Day.
Okay.
And then the third movie is going to be Spider-Man Mayday. Which I love that idea. If this is going to be like Tom Holland's truly last like Spider-Man movie, I would love for them to give him like a send-off of like him and MJ get together, they have their kid, they name her Mayday.
Yeah.
But it also plays on words of like Mayday, Mayday, you know, whatever.
Right.
We're going down kind of thing.
Kind of like the whole Doomsday thing.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah. That'd be solid. I did see where somebody's rumoring or saying that this was, which I've heard this several times over, this will be the first Spider-Man movie with a female villain. So I don't know. I know we're not talking about the Stranger Things girl. I know we're not talking about her being the villain.
13.
So
13. Not 11. Jesus.
11. Somewhere. Hey, it's been a couple years.
Yeah.
13 now.
Oh my gosh. I actually have something like a comment about that for one of the trailers that we're talking about. But anyway, what's her? Gosh, I can't think of her name right now, but she played Max in the Stranger Things.
Yeah. They're actually looking for an older actress. It seems like a lot of people are talking about we read it here not long ago with Spider Island, but was it Spider Queen?
Yeah, Spider Queen.
Yeah, I don't know that I like that.
Yeah, I do, because I think I specifically remember when we were reading it, I was like, this would be a cool movie to do for the next one. Especially because like I like the juxtaposition of like the previous movie, everyone like knew who Peter was. And like in this movie, he's going to be a nobody, but I like the idea of like everybody gets spider powers. So he again is even more of a nobody. Like I don't know. I kind of dig that idea. Like, I don't think it's going to be everyone gets turned into like spiders and the queen turns into a giant kaiju kind of thing. But I could see them doing the like everyone gets spider powers, and that's a whole thing that Pete has to deal with. I kind of like that idea.
I know a lot of people were speculating. I'm sorry, Jeremy, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to make some bad joke again.
The floor is yours.
Just say a syndrome going to be showing up then.
If everybody's spiders, then no one is. Oh, man. I know a lot of things are going on about when this movie was necessarily going to take place. Some people speculated it was going to be a Battle World movie because Avengers Doomsday will have already happened and would be leading into Secret Wars.
Yeah.
And so, like, could this be like Spider Island? Because I believe that was an area in the Jonathan Hickman Secret Wars.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Other people have speculated and said that this is actually going to be going on the same exact time as Doomsday, which we can talk about more when we get to the chairs. But per your boo, I would assume you'd rather it be going on during Doomsday.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm so tired of them making Spider-Man this like cosmic level Avenger, and I'm like, y'all literally have a cartoon going on currently called The Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Yet this Spider-Man does nothing for the neighborhood. And like, there's still that one fucking plot thread going like with Scorpion, with Max Gargan. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
we've never got that fucking answered. I'd love to fucking see something with that. Like, I don't want another like big grandiose like Spider-Man's dealing with the multiverse. Like, we've already got that with Miles in Across the Spider-Verse. Like, I want to see like comic Spider-Man like on the streets of New York fighting some asshole in a animal themed costume. Like, that's all I want to see.
That's funny. Yeah, and especially like the way they left us the last movie, it seemed like that's where we would be heading. It's like, oh no, fuck that. Mayday. We gotta do something different like now.
But anyway.
Jeremy, do you have anything else to say about the Spider-Man before I move on to slightly just shift gears a little bit on this?
Nope.
Okay, cool. But speaking about Tom Holland dropping the name for the new movie, RDJ has sent out his 60th birthday invitations like weeks earlier, as per when we're recording this.
Yeah.
And they're very Doctor Doom themed invitations. And people were like, is this really going to be the Doom that we get on, in the movies? What is y'all's thoughts on this is that RDJ has let out?
I mean, is it I mean, is he a different Doom? Like, is it? I don't know how I'm supposed to read it. I mean, he looks his face looks weird, kind of. I don't know. Yeah, it's
I think
not
the
a
biggest thing is the fact that it looks like he's wearing some kind of like onesie deal.
Tracksuit. It looks like one of those.
yeah.
It looks like the stuff that the Ghostbusters wear.
Yes. Yeah. Because like I think a tracksuit. I think like tracksuit mafia with their Adidas
Mm-hmm.
joggers and little jacket, one little windbreaker jacket. But yeah, it's more like the jumpsuits, like the Ghostbusters, it's like utility workers, things like that would wear coveralls. There we go.
That's the word. English is hard, everyone.
Right. I think that's like one of the biggest concerns that a lot of people are having with this. Because that's not par Doom. Like when you think of Doom, like you don't get this image that they have, and then the purple cape with the Baron Zemo stylish like cape with the the fur on it and stuff it's just a little odd for Doctor Doom.
Yeah,
It's like he got this out of his closet and made it with a box of scraps out of his closet.
I got to be honest with you. Everyone's like kind of up in arms. You are over there, Michael.
I think this is Jeremy's night.
Okay. Everyone's kind of like up in arms in this, and I'm like, this ain't gonna be what Doctor like. If it is, then Marvel is quote unquote cooked, as all the like people are saying. But I think this is just a fun little like. Because it's got England in the background of that image, and that's where they're filming currently for it. And he's having his birthday while they're filming Doomsday. So I think it's just a themed thing. He even has the like traditional Doom at the bottom with like little top hats and stuff. So I don't know, like it's just odd, but so is Robert Downey Jr. in general. Like I like him, but he's an odd dude. I don't think it's going to be Doom in a tracksuit with like Robert Downey Jr.'s like crazy curly hair and like a fucked up face with no mask. Like I think we're going to get traditional Doom, especially with like, Fantastic Four gets those like traditional, like old school costumes and stuff like that. Like we finally got Wolverine in his yellow and blues kind of stuff. Like I really don't think they're going to just half-ass like an old 90s superhero like movie and just be like, yeah, this is Doom.
Yeah, I think the cape is more because of like the location there in London.
Yeah,
like you were talking about shooting and stuff like that. I think that's supposed to be what that's about, more reminiscent of that. Coveralls, I think it was just like we had to put them in something. So, and could you imagine Kevin Feige seeing this invitation, not in person in hand, but like on the internet and being like, Robert, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, that is a good point. Like they wouldn't have allowed him to leak this out.
But like, how bad is it gonna look if that's what we get? And it's like, oh shit, like this was legit. Like he was not joking. Oh, fuck.
Like our listeners won't need to listen to the podcast. They'll just hear me screaming at that point.
You'll have one of those like you're talking about the last week, the Minecraft reactions, but in a bad way.
Yes.
Chicken jockey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I will burn the theater down.
I was gonna say, this is where we need like a screaming goat cut in. It's like, ah!
It's just
no, God, no, God, please, no.
Yeah, I think there's too much to actually believe this is the Doom we're gonna get. Like you make really good points too about the actual like comic book costumes that we're getting lately. So especially starting off with Wolverine, like I don't think this is gonna be our Doom. Now that may be the mask. I think there's a possibility that is the mask and that is the hair. Like I feel like there's a possibility there with that. But the coveralls and the cape, no, I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't either.
So cool. Well, if y'all got nothing else, I'm gonna move on to some DC.
Sure.
Sounds good.
Sandman. season 2, season finale, series finale, coming out. Part 1, Volume 1, July 3rd. Volume 2, July 24th. We got like this little teaser trailer for it. What is y'all's whelmings for the Sandman finale here?
I'm pleasantly whelmed. I really enjoyed the first season. Whenever we watched it, and I even listened to the dramatized version, like reading of the Sandman, the first
Audio
whole
book.
act there. Yeah, and that was very good, and I enjoyed listening to that. And so, whenever I was watching the teaser, I was like, oh, I was kind of remembering a little bit of some of it from that first act that I listened to. So I'll obviously, when leading up to this, I'll probably go back and re-listen to all that and rewatch the first season too. But I'm very excited to see how this one goes. Just because like I said, I really enjoyed the first season, enjoyed the reading of it, and so I'm excited to see how it goes.
The real question is will you rewatch the cat episode?
I don't know. Yeah, that one was pretty. That one's weird. Even in the book, like in reading it, I was like, "Oh, this is just not. It's not normal." Well, I mean, whole Sandman's not normal, but anyway.
Richard, what's your whelming?
I think I'm pleasantly whelmed. Like, it looks cool. I think the graph, like the VFX stuff looks cool. Like, we see a dragon, a unicorn, and I forget something else, but it looks all good. And I love the effects for despair coming out of the like painting, or not despair, delirium coming out of the painting. And yeah, I'm excited. It looks like I was trying to find today. Did they recast the actress that played Death? It looks like they recast her.
Maybe so, because
she
doesn't seem a little off.
Yeah, she doesn't look like the same. I don't know if it's just because she's not like in the goth attire, but like I don't know. It just was like it looked like a different actress, but I couldn't find anything to verify that. I'm interested to see like what the story is because I haven't really read that much Sandman. I know of Sandman and I know of like Sandman things, but like for the most part, I don't know what the storyline looks like. It's maybe like Dream versus like Lucifer. That's like the main kind of plot of this. I have beef though, since we mentioned 11 and Stranger Things this isn't comic related, but I'm like, my God, we got season 2 of Sandman before we got season 5 of fucking Stranger Things. Like, what the fuck are y'all waiting on over there at Netflix?
I think Netflix might have rushed Sandman because of all the stuff and was like, look, we need to get this shit out like now, like yesterday, and like just get past this. Like we need to push it. We need to go, which I hope is not the case because that means they're going to rush the CGI. And I feel like there's a good bit of CGI in this TV show here. And so my whelming is like whelmed to underwhelmed, honestly. And it's because of like, I don't, like I go back and forth. Like I'm hoping for the best when this thing comes out to finish strong in 2 seasons. I get why they're doing it to a certain extent. That doesn't mean that I necessarily want that.
Yeah.
Because like now you have actors and actresses and all these other people are getting punished for one person, it seems like, and it's that sucks. Like it's not their fault,
Yeah, no, I agree.
So like I'm kind of like I want to see more, like. Wait, especially if you're gonna
what am I missing? What happened?
Neil Gaiman, the creator, is caught up in all kinds of allegations.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't know if anything's gotten confirmed or proven yet. I don't know.
I
haven't looked up on that.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it, but yeah, it's all like an icky situation,
right?
Where he like allegedly like raped some people, but yeah, no, I agree. I was kind of talking with my wife a while back of like I get not like if he was like an actor in the show or something like that, you could replace him, but
right.
Like, the fact that it is his creation, I guess they're just not wanting to like give him any money because I'm sure he gets like a percentage of whatever money is made from that. But yeah, it's weird. It's not weird. It's a very like morally gray area that it's hard to really kind of do quote unquote the right thing. Yeah, I hope it's good as well. I didn't know they rushed through it, but knowing
I'm not saying they did. I apologize.
Okay.
I was not meaning it. That was a joke. I was not meaning it that way. Yeah.
With Netflix though, I'm surprised we even got a second because Netflix always cancels fucking things like left, right, and center.
Right.
Again, I harp on like Stranger Things. Like they're done filming that. Like they've been done filming that. I don't know why they're like just sitting on the final season for some reason.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but like Dream looks a little weird, but I guess that's for the time period. Like the way they jumped around in the teaser, it was kind of hard to like differentiate the different times. And even if it's a different time, they may jump to a different world and then their appearance may change.
Yeah.
So like I like the way that he looked in season 1 and I want them to continue that.
Yeah. I think he'll look like the traditional one that we saw in season 1. I seriously think that you talking about the shot where he has like long hair.
Right.
I think that's a like flashback in time kind of thing.
Victorian era.
Yeah. Because Death is wearing like a very Victorian like outfit.
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm hoping anyways. I don't want to say like I didn't like that look at all. All. So, but yeah, I have high hopes for it. I hope they're able to finish it. I think you're right. I think it is going to be a Dream, Despair, the what are they called? The Endless. I think it's going to be the Endless versus Lucifer, Morningstar.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's going to be, or it's going to have to be. I think they'll release what's the one that they keep hinting at, but is gone.
Destruction.
Is it Destruction?
You talking about the Endless?
Yeah, there's an Endless one that they're like they keep hinting and talking about, but like he's not shown up yet.
Yeah, it's Destruction.
Okay.
Destiny. So the oldest to youngest, it goes Destiny, Death, Dream, Destruction, Desire, Despair, and Delirium.
Got you.
Desire and Despair are like twins. Destiny is the guy wearing the robe with like the book and chains. Death, we already know what Death looks like. Dream, we already know what Dream looks like. Destruction in the comics looks kind of like I think he's like ginger or something with like a ponytail, and he almost looks like a lumberjack or something. He looks very weird.
Oh, nice.
Desire is that like androgynous looking one.
Yeah.
Despair is like the big overweight kind of like grotesque one that has like the hook ring like digging into her face. And Delirium is the one that's like melting out of the painting that comes up, and she's like a little redheaded girl.
That'll be the first time we see her.
Yes.
So I think Destruction will come back, and that'll be the help needed to win that battle.
Yeah,
I would assume.
Is it that because he's redhead, he'll actually be like African American in the televised version?
We'll see. We'll see.
That's funny. All right, y'all got anything else for Sandman?
Yeah, no, that's it.
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool. I wanted to touch on this real quick. Disney Marvel has been hammering us with Thunderbolt stuff. We got a new trailer, like final new trailer that dropped like a week before it's supposed to be shown. Come out in movie theaters. They've been showing official clips on their website, on their YouTube. Like they've dropped 3 or 4 official clips from the movies or from the movie. And it just has me wondering, like, are they worried about this movie?
Oh yeah. Do you know why? Like I thought you knew why, because like this movie's tracking to be like one of the 4th lowest like Marvel movies.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. Well, the reviews have come out, and they're like, it's actually really good. It's like a breath of fresh air kind of thing. Which I had a feeling this has like I said before, this has the makings of being like the Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a ragtag team of like nobodies. And it could be like really fun and entertaining. And from what I hear, it is. But they did not market it very well. So now they're scrambling because of the good reviews. And they're just like, hey, remember we got this movie coming out. Hey, here's this. Hey, look at this. Isn't this cool? Isn't this fun? And I sent y'all a thing on Instagram. They got Sebastian Stan to do the Marvel rivals,
Oh, yes.
Armed and Dangerous
Yes.
again. But like, he looks like a broken man. Like, he looks so
does.
tired and like, I can't believe they're making me do this.
He signed that contract for like 12 movies
No,
or
I know.
something, so he's getting paid. That's funny.
Well, see, and that's like, I feel like, I don't know, I feel excited about it. And I feel like you already have a connection to most of these characters in some way. I mean, obviously not like anything real deep, but I mean, you still are introduced to them beforehand. And it's not like Suicide Squad where you had no idea who the heck these people were and here's a movie about them kind of thing.
Mm.
So I feel like this one has at least a little bit more to go off of. So that could make it a little bit more successful.
It does with an asterisk. Ha 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 ha. Like, you have to watch all the Disney Plus series to really kind of know who these people are, except for the Black Widow characters.
Yeah.
Oh, and Ghost.
Yeah, that's right. Ghost is another one.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, to piggyback off of Jeremy, is I feel like we're finally getting to a point where like we're tying up some loose ends. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I know. I need to go back and we need to do a show. And I've talked about this before of like all the loose ends on Marvel because there's so many of it.
Yeah.
But it looks like we're going to get the answer to, you know, Tony Stark's Avengers Tower. Like, it looks like we may get an answer to that. You know, we're finally going to get an answer to what happened with Ghost and where she, it looks like. Just stuff like that, where it's like they introduce to see these characters and then they just kind of disappear. And it's like, where are they now? VH1's, where are they now? Like,
MCU's behind the mask. Where are they now?
Yeah, so I just thought it was odd. May 2nd is when this is supposed to be coming out. Free comic book day weekend. I mean, come on, they couldn't have planned a better weekend for freaking nerds to go get comic books and then sit there and turn around and go see a nerd movie. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
On to the Superman trailer. New one dropped, or I guess official trailer now for this. We got a nice little like official clip from that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is y'all's whelming of this trailer that we got for Superman?
Well, I'm pleasantly whelmed with just the movie and like the trailers and everything. Like, I'm very interested to see it. Obviously, everybody. I mean, you bring the dog in, you bring in all these other people that they just want to see the dog, kind of thing.
My wife.
Well, that's kind of what I was hinting at, but yeah, I'm excited to see it. I think it's going to be a good movie.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm pleasantly to overly whelmed. I like that trailer that we saw. I think we talked about it. I don't know. I can't remember anymore. But I know there's that 5-minute like sneak peek of Crypto and the Fortress of Solitude stuff. I have so much to say about this, but yeah, I'm pleasantly to overly whelmed.
I am conflicted whelmed. I don't know how to feel, honestly. I want to be pleasantly whelmed, but at the same time, like just getting into it, Crypto as comedic relief seems fitting. I'm good with that. But I felt like the scene that we got of like Superman's got his ass kicked and he lands right in the middle of, you know, Alaska, Antarctica. I can't even remember where the Fortress of Solitude is. And so he's there. Antarctica, thank you.
Yeah.
And then Crypto comes and he calls him and he's like just a hyper dog, happy to see this owner, which is normal, but he's like jumping all over his ass and stuff like that. And you hear Superman, he's like, ow, oh, ow. That's a weird, I don't remember seeing Superman in that kind of position before, which kudos to James Gunn for doing that, I guess. At the same time, though, it's like, I feel like it was too much. But if I take into consideration, like probably the scene that we just saw where he's gotten his ass kicked, you know what I mean? Like that was probably a heavy scene for him to like fly away or whatever to like try and go get help for himself. Like that may be what we need to kind of break that tension afterwards. Like it's just, I feel like the movies, for publicity's sake, we're relying a lot on crypto here. And I don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah, I don't think they are necessarily. I think they're just showing it. Well, like James Gunn, the whole thing with crypto being like super energetic is James Gunn based crypto on his current dog that he has, which he said is a very problematic dog. Like the dog tears up a lot of stuff and is hyper and all this stuff. So he was like, what if that dog had the powers of Superman? What would that look like?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I like seeing that. Like Superman is clearly, I forget what Kellex says, but he's got some like broken ribs and stuff like that. So when a super dog is like jumping on him, it's like, it fucking hurts.
Right.
Honestly, we have a Westie. It reminds me of our Westie. I just wrote down what a fucking menace crypto is. But I now see what he's talking about on that. I love like so much stuff in this trailer where like James Gunn is getting just the little bits right. Like there is one that I didn't like, but I love the Fortress of Solitude coming out of like the ice and it's like this crystal palace. I hate though, Superman always usually has like a key. Sometimes in the comics, it's like a giant key. Other times it's a little tiny key, but it's usually like the weight of like, I don't know, 1,000 suns or something like that. So only Superman can pick it up and like turn the key. Now I know Crypto can't do that because he doesn't have opposable thumbs. So he just barks and it like opens. But I was really hoping to see that key. Yeah, we get the Superman androids. Number 4 is voiced by Alan Tudyk. I'm pretty sure it's Cal-X. Yeah, it's Alan Tudyk. He is now, that's his like 4th role in the DCU, I think.
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Damn.
The little thing that I love, and I'll probably show you all this after podcast because our listeners can't see it anyways, is we hear Jor-El and Lara talking in Kryptonian in the background when he's being brought into the Fortress of Solitude. And it sounds completely alien. And in the comics, whenever Superman speaks Kryptonian, it's always depicted in a speech bubble with all these weird symbols and stuff. So it's always like showing like it looks alien or it sounds alien to people who don't speak Kryptonian. Okay. So I love that little tidbit because you hear him say something about like Kal-El, blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't know what he's saying, to be honest with you. But you can hear him say Kal-El and then some other like gibberish words. So I thought that was really cool. The other point of contention that everyone's talking about is when he gets like shot with the sun's radiation and he's like screaming bloody murder. I also like this because so many of those people have like screamed about how like, oh, Superman's, like he's too powerful and all this stuff. And James Gunn's kind of humanizing him here. Like he's bleeding. He can break. He is mortal. And I dig that. I just do. I like the idea of like, he's got broken ribs. He is an alien that can use the power of the sun to like heal him. So like, those bones healing and stuff would be really fucking painful for him.
Yeah. Right. Well, that's what I was about to say. Like they said in there that he's got like 14 broken bones.
Yeah.
And like punctured bladder or something.
Yeah.
Punctured some kind of organs or something punctured.
His
I mean, like all that
were jacked up. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like that, all that going back into like just snapping back into place. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, agreed. Yeah. But like so many people are like, irritated by that I've seen online and I'm like, why? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I just find that I think it's cool. It's the little details that I like in this trailer.
Yeah.
When I first saw it, it kind of bothered me because I was like, he's Superman. Like, why is he screaming in pain? And then it hit me. It was like, oh no, I bet it's because of like all that stuff getting put back together.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand. Like, if you know that, like, why would you be bothered by that?
Yeah,
I don't. Because that's the only thing that makes sense as to why he's doing that. So anything else, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I'm also going to assume that per the trailers that when he's what were you calling the robot people? Because I don't know anything about Superman.
They're just called Superman. I don't know the exact name. Cal-X is particularly one that like is like the leader of them all. I'm
Okay.
assuming that's who Alan Tudyk is playing. It doesn't
Yeah.
say that in anywhere. It just says he's playing Superman robot number 4, but
Okay.
I'm assuming he's going to be Kellex.
So it looks like he's holding, like Superman is holding one of those robots in the Fortress of Solitude at one point in time. So are we assuming like the fortress gets, I don't know, infiltrated,
Rated. Yeah.
raided? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
So, and then another thing was everybody's wondering what this orb is in the back that's fucking up the city.
Oh, yeah.
While at the same time, Superman is like, no, I'm with Lois. Fuck this. I'm gonna need to see the movie to understand like what's really going on at this moment in time. I am assuming as well that Lois is gonna learn that Clark is Superman in this movie. Like, there's a lot of stuff. They're gonna move the story along pretty quick. It seems like in this first movie.
Mm-hmm. Rumor I've heard is that those scenes with Superman and Lois in the little apartment while the orb in the background is like attacking things, is Lois gets an interview with Superman and she's interviewing him. And like that's kind of the main through line throughout the movie. And then it like scenes will change to other points in the movie, but then it goes back to them having this interview kind of thing. And then maybe he like flies off at the end to like attack this thing. And like that's the final shot of the movie.
Got you. Cool. Well, that's really all I got for Superman. Do y'all have anything else?
I'm just hyped for it, man. Especially like they just give us a little montage of other things that we've seen in the trailer, but like more context of it. Like the only thing I'm really not digging is Guy Gardner's bowl haircut. I think they could have done a better job. I'm happy that he does get it, but we've talked about it. Like they could have done at least a better job of it.
They should have committed to the full bowl cut.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they were going to do it, they should have committed to it, not this him growing it out. What? So let me ask you this, Richard, just to try and trigger you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
What if he's going from a bowl cut to a mullet?
Oh, fuck no. Have that jellyfish haircut? Is that what? Isn't that like a thing right now?
A jellyfish haircut?
Yeah, have you not seen that? Like it's like girls do it now. It's like a bowl cut mixed with a mullet. It's called a jellyfish haircut.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's terrible.
What do I know about hair? I'm just a bald guy. So. All right, I'm going to move on to the next one if y'all are ready.
Yes.
Sure.
All right, Superman will be out July 11th, so be on the lookout for that. Also in July, we get Fantastic Four. So, yeah, we got a trailer for that. Got some more information on that as well. What is y'all's whelming on the Fantastic Four?
I think I might take one of yours. Like I'm cautiously whelmed.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I'm sure we probably mentioned it on here, and obviously knowing my record, I don't remember it. I didn't realize that this was basically just a repeat of what the already other Fantastic Four with Silver Surfer. I didn't realize they were doing that again and all that. So I was like, why kind of thing? But so I don't know. I think I'm hoping it's going to be good. So I don't know.
One of the big reasons is because last time Galactus was a fucking gas cloud.
He was like a storm.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that they like from what what y'all have said and what others have said, you know, they did a terrible job with it, whatever. But I'm also at the same time like, can we not just quit rewriting things and actually do something different?
I think they are. I think what we're seeing is stuff that they're trying to hide. I'm cautiously whelmed just because of Marvel's track record lately with stuff. This one does have the makings of being good though, because I see it and I'm like, I kind of like this. I really do, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, so I'm gonna say I'm cautiously whelmed as well, but yeah. Anyway,
I'm whelmed because I don't give a fuck about the Fantastic Four. I mean, I don't know if there's anything for me to care about except for maybe Galactus. Like I could get down with Galactus. So, but I mean, what's Galactus going to do that the Eternals already haven't? Like,
Actually destroy the Earth.
actually destroy the Earth. Yeah, man, there's so many rumors going on with this movie, and I've heard rumors of Thunderbolts, their end credit scene or their stinger or whatever you have it. The Marvel stinger that they do, it'll be tied to the Fantastic Four. So there's so much that I don't necessarily want to like ruin. I know we get our first look at the Silver Surfer, the female version this time, Shia LaBeouf. A lot of people have been kind of hating on this and the CGI that we're getting. Do we think this is going to be the last CGI that we get? Think they're going to tidy it up before we get the movie?
I gotta be honest with you. I don't know what the fuck they're smoking. The CGI looks incredible, especially the part where she comes out of that like molten
lava.
That's spoilers. That's Galactus' ship. That's the origin. I think that's the origin of Silver Surfer. I think she's literally going to be like a fleshy person, go down into that lava and then emerge as the Silver Surfer. I think that's what we're seeing, because the technology and stuff looks like the stuff that's like plastered all over Galactus's like helmet and boots and stuff. Galactus canonically has a ship that he flies around in. So more than likely, I think that shot we're seeing is of inside Galactus's ship creating the Silver Surfer. But like that shot looks amazing. Now the one where she's flying down and she's like, "Are you the saviors of this earth?" or whatever, and it's like, your planet is marked for death. It looked okay, but again, this is the first trailer, so I'm like, I'll give it a pass kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't like the eyes. They humanize the eyes. Like the eyes aren't silver. They're just like human eyes, like with white, with like irises and pupils and stuff.
I didn't notice that.
And it just looks odd to me. We talked about like potentially she was going to be bald. I'm glad they didn't do that.
Oh man, I'm so glad they didn't do that.
It would have looked very odd.
Yeah.
She does do the same things as the previous like Jessica Alba Silver Surfer. So I don't know if they're just like, what I mean by that is like the board is like it ripples when Johnny touches it, which is like a thing that happened in the Jessica Alba. And she like goes like intangible and like flies through something, which I know she has the power cosmic, which basically gives you the power to do fucking anything. So but it just, there was a lot of like one-to-one comparisons to the Jessica Alba one, but like a lot of people were hating on it, and I'm like, I don't know why. Like, it doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look bad, period. Like,
yeah,
the one looks bad. Also, the one where she's like actually surfing on like a wave of fire, I thought looked really cool as well.
Okay, Jeremy.
Yeah, I mean, I think she looked cool. I don't know.
He just won't skip them chairs, man.
Well, no, I mean,
We're gonna make you wait 5 hours before we get talking about these chairs.
Exactly. That's how the Marvel do.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it on my phone and I was like, okay, I mean, it looks like the Silver Surfer, like the female version of the Silver Surfer. Like, okay, big deal. It doesn't. I guess it doesn't really matter that it's Norrin Rad or whatever. So I'm not. That doesn't. I don't have a hang up on that. I kind of wonder if we're going to actually see more of the Silver Surfer. I think this is actually going to be. I think the planet they're going to be on is actually going to be Earth X, which that's where Shia LaBeouf Silver Surfer comes from in the comic books. I think they're actually going to commit to that. A lot of people were like, oh, the Fantastic Four are probably going to go into space. And when they go up into space to get their powers, they're actually going to shift into another dimension. And then they're going to land on this Earth that's in the 60s. And that's how all this, like, there was something that was said of like astronauts went into space, they came back, they had powers, which leads me to believe they were here on this planet, not from one shifting of a universe.
Yeah.
So, which on top of that, I think that would cause issues if they were, because then you'd have 3 Earths coming together to do an incursion.
Yeah.
Because right now you have Monica Rambeau on the X-Men one. That's what's going to cause the incursion for the 616 and that
the
Earth
X-Men
there.
and the MCU.
Right. if you start throwing in the Fantastic Four, now you've got a whole nother Earth that you got to fuck with. And if Galactus doesn't eat it.
Yeah, so I've got a theory now. Like originally it was the theory, the rumor was like they're not from this Earth, that they came from a different multiverse.
Yeah.
And are just on this Earth now. There's a line from Reed in the movie where he says, I stretched the fabrics of reality and they heard. I'm wondering if he's trying to break into the multiverse. And that's what calls Galactus to Earth.
Yes.
And
yeah.
There's a shot that clearly, I'm like, did they just spoil like a major thing about this movie? But there's a shot where a planet is being devoured and you see the Fantastic Four's like spaceship. And I'm like, is that Earth? Like, is Earth being destroyed by Galactus in this first trailer? And I'm kind of wondering, do they like, because there's a undertone of bleakness halfway in this trailer. Like, I get chills when this one moment happens where, you know, it's because I'm a nerd and like Reed Richards. For those who don't know, Reed Richards is the smartest man in the universe. It's not Tony. It's not even Doom. It's not T'Challa. It's not Riri. It's Reed. He's number one. He's the smartest man in the MCU or in the Marvel galaxy, like the Marvel universe. That includes aliens and any life on any other planet. He's the smartest one. There's a line in it where he's like, are we safe? And he says the line, I don't know. And that sends chills up my spine because I'm like, if the smartest man in the universe doesn't know, you're fucked.
That's funny.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm like, this has potentials of being like a really cool movie. And I think they may end it with them not saving these people and that they have to leave this universe and go to a different one. And that's what's going to cause like an incursion or them being in Secret Wars or whatever. Because there's a shot of I didn't mention this, but there's a shot of Sue. You know, they're having a kid. So Reed's going to do whatever he can to save his family and maybe abandon the people. And that's what, you know, leads them into Secret Invasion or Secret Wars.
I wish we were getting the life raft.
I mean, we may.
Maybe. We did get knowledge of that. Like that's being confirmed. That was rumored for the longest time is that we would, you know, Sue and Reed would be having a child and everybody's, you know, hinting at it being, was it Franklin?
Yes.
No. Yes. I always get Nathaniel and Franklin confused. So anyways.
Yeah.
Franklin Richards.
Yeah. Franklin is the son and Nathaniel is King.
Pappy, Grandpappy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Also Grandpappy. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks like that's being confirmed. So curious if, you know, those drawings that we got, if that's going to be legit, because there was only one kid that was there in those, what was it? The artist things that
concept art
leaked. Yes, concept art. Thank you. Words. Fuck me. So yeah, that was all my notes. Oh, other than we got to see Mr. Fantastic's powers as well.
Yes, we finally got
which
to
was
see
something we had not seen. So what did y'all think of that? Did y'all enjoy it? Did you like it? Is that what you wanted?
Sure. I mean,
it's a stretchy guy. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, I mean, but I'm hoping that like what we were saying earlier, as far as the CGI, I mean, it hopefully that does all right and it can capture all that the correct way. But yeah. So I think that would be a little bit of a challenge. But I mean, glad to see he's still stretchy.
I will say that one didn't look great to me, but I think that was just one shot. I am dubious about the stretching powers because they've been very like, we're not showing you it. And then they finally showed just a little bit of it. And I'm like, is it bad? Does it look bad?
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a question for y'all. Well, actually, a couple of things. We were kind of worried about Johnny. There's a line in this where they find out that Sue's pregnant, and then Johnny says to Sue, he's like, "You're gonna be a great mom," and then he hugs Reed, and he's like, "And you're gonna be a great dad." Just kidding, you're so out of your depth. And then he's like, "But we're gonna be the best uncles ever." And I'm like, okay, that makes me feel. That's a very Johnny moment. Like,
Yes,
I was like,
yeah.
that makes me feel a lot better about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My question is, when Silver Surfer said your planet is marked for death, what do you think your theories are? Like, are they so the traditional like Fantastic Four comic is Silver Surfer, you know, he saves his planet by saying, "I'll be your herald and I'm going to go find you other planets to eat." So Silver Surfer goes
Right.
to other planets that usually are either uninhabited or they are just terrible planets in general. They have like whatever, like terrible creatures on there. And he usually
Yeah.
tries to find planets that aren't, you know, worth devouring per se. He
Yeah.
goes to Earth and he sees like all the wars that we have and the crime and everything like that. And he deems it like, oh yeah, Galactus should absolutely eat this planet. And then he sees, as like Galactus is coming, he sees Alicia and Thing, and they're always down on Thing being like a giant rock monster. But he's basically like, if a woman could love such a hideous creature, maybe this planet is worth saving.
Mm.
And that's when he like helps the Fantastic Four stop Galactus and all this stuff. When she shows up in the trailer and says your planet's marked for death, I'm like, are they doing the traditional thing? Some theories I have, is it the birth of Franklin? Because Franklin is a super omega level mutant in the comics. He has made Galactus his herald
Right.
in the comics. He's very powerful. Is it something Reed did with the whole stretching the fabric of reality? I was just curious what y'all's theories were, if y'all had any.
As to like what stops him from
No, what
or, like, what
causes him to
turns-
come there? Like why she has marked this planet for death.
Oh, it's the tariffs.
It's the okay. That's fair. That's fair.
That's actually just to bring that back to comic book news. That's actually made Spawn go up in price for the first time in God knows how long. So that's a real thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you're saying like you think like possibly it marking it like Franklin's, because he becomes so powerful, like trying to prevent that from happening, kind of thing. Like,
Yeah,
that
it
may
could
have
just
been
be that
reason.
Yeah, like Galactus can sense that Reed Franklin is being born, and he's like, oh, I've got to like whatever stop this child from being born for whatever reasons. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a very thin veiled theory, but it's one of those things that Franklin is like tied to Galactus in the comics with him making Galactus his herald. So I was like, maybe they're doing something with that. I don't know. I think more than likely it's something to do with what Reed did, but I don't know for sure.
Do they ever really give? I mean, is there much of a reason in the comics on why he comes?
Yeah, I told you, Silver Surfer called him. He said he saw the
Well, I
planet.
know, but like then, but you're asking like why Silver Surfer may have chosen this.
Yeah,
I know. I'm saying like, does it tell like why Silver Surfer picked this planet in the first place in the comics?
yeah. He's just flying around space and finds Earth, and then goes like, I'm going to investigate. And he looks around and sees all the like terrible shit that we do, and then is like, okay, yeah, Galactus can eat this. Fuck this planet. Like Galactus
okay.
can eat this.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly,
I think Jeremy just went back to tariffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of dumb stuff that happens around here, obviously, but you know.
I think the rumor, as far as my own thoughts, I don't have any. I just have what I've, heard other people talk about. The rumors that I keep hearing is that, yes, it's Franklin Richards that actually, like, it's like a beacon for Galactus. And so I don't know if it's like a raw power. I don't know if it's consuming, him as like power, taking that power in or what, but it is like Franklin Richards is like a beacon for Galactus.
Okay.
And as far as Reed stretching the realities of space and stuff like that, I think that's more linked to the Council of Reeds. I think we actually may get the Council of Reeds in this movie. Like that's
Cool.
That's a thought that I have. There was a rumor there for the longest time of all these people that were supposed to be Reed Richards, and then it was like, oh no, Pedro Pascal is going to be it, and it's like, why were so many people talked about? And so it's like, are we going to get an Adam Driver that's a Reed Richards in a different universe? And like he's part of the Council of Reeds. Like that's what I'm thinking that we're going to wind up getting. I think that's what the whole stretching reality. I think that's him forming the Council of Reeds.
Cool. I like that. I like that theory. I didn't think we'd get it in this episode in this movie. I figured we'd get it in like Secret Wars or something.
I think he goes out to like get help from them, and they're like, "Bro, you just gotta get the fuck out of there."
Has there been like a fan cast or whatever of Adam Driver being a Reed?
Yeah, there was like 3 or 4. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Your goldfish memory is showing up, Jeremy.
Oh, well, yeah, obviously.
we talked about him potentially being cast for Reed a while back.
There was a bunch of them. I can't remember all of them, but Adam Driver was one of the 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
My wife
and
will probably
I think we
like beat them because she wants him to be Snape.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's my theories. That's my thoughts and stuff that I've heard or whatever. Now, if it comes to be true, okay. But if not, then there you go. It was fun talking about it.
No, I really like that theory because I don't know, something about like this movie's trying to be very hopeful, and I feel like it's purposeful, and it's going to be kind of bleak near the ending.
Yeah.
And anyway, that's just my theory because like that whole like super cut of like the firefighters, someone drinking their coffee and it like being, thank you, Fantastic Four. Thanks, Fantastic Four. Like, I have a feeling like they're going to let these people down. Like, they're going to die kind of thing.
Yeah. I'm thinking something like that's going to happen as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything else for Fantastic Four?
Just one thing. We see Yancey Street. I just thought it was cool. When
did we see Yancey Street?
Yeah, when Ben Grimm's picking up the car, that's Yancey Street.
Oh, nice.
You see a little street sign in the background. It says Yancey Street.
I still wish he had a more like New York accent.
Yeah.
So I am missing that, but I'm not gonna hate on him. All right, Fantastic Four, July 25th. So mark it on your calendars. July is going to be a busy month for moviegoers and people alike. So final thoughts, y'all. Final thoughts. 5 hours of fucking chairs. Marvel decided to announce that they were recording. They were set the production that started on Doomsday. Decided to announce their cast of 27
in the worst way possible
actors. With a live feed on YouTube that had, I don't know how many people in there watching just fucking chairs being brought up and set down every 13 minutes or so. And I was one of those dumbasses that started watching this. And it went on for 5 fucking hours of chairs with names on the back. Now I have all the names.
Yeah.
So we can talk about this as well. But I want to know what is y'all's thoughts on this? What is y'all's thoughts on just the gimmick of the chairs? Only to later on, by the way, release a 1 minute 30-second clip of all said chairs just going down in a row.
I think it just shows how like I don't know, naive and controlled the fan base can be. Like, good on Marvel for, like, I don't know. I have mixed feelings on this too, as far as like, I think it's stupid, the dumbest thing, but also at the same time, it can be the most genius marketing ploy out there too. Cause I mean, obviously there's been hundreds of thousands of people, like videos made about this. And I mean, it spread the word like wildfire because of how
Right.
ridiculous this thing was. So, I mean, it can go, it's obviously going every which way. And so, like I said, I think the marketing ploy behind that was just on par. Like they hit it, and because it just they had to spend. I mean, I was going to like make a funny joke about like, well, they spent all their money on their CGI for this just putting the chairs out there, but honestly, I mean, like they spent like I don't know, like $2 to freaking like in comparison of what all they're going to spend on this movie to just do this trailer and get there's so many people talking about it, and like they had to do hardly any work for it. So
Well,
I mean, it's just
whatever it costs to have RDJ in it as well.
well, yeah,
That's
that's true.
that's
true,
where I was
too.
going to say the hiccup is. Like this is probably the cheapest until you bring in that last actor to actually make an appearance. Like then
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah, which I understand. But I don't know. I think it was dumb. It was just like most irritating kind of way to announce it, and it pissed off all kinds of people. But it also got them talking about it. So,
yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's stupid. I think it was so like I was just like
What a bunch of a-holes.
I don't know. I was like, this is the dumbest. Stop doing this. Like, why are y'all doing stuff like this? But yeah, everyone and their mom has dunked on this, and which is the reason why we're even talking about it.
Right.
But I think there was one, I want to say it was Alan Cumming. I can't remember, but one of the actors was like, I didn't even know I was in the movie until I saw that. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, guys.
Oh no. Is that legit?
I can't remember if it's Alan Cumming. It may be Winston Duke. I can't remember. It's one of the not
no.
super big name people. I know it's Nightcrawler, but it may have been Winston Duke. But
oh my gosh.
someone I remember seeing an article and he was talking about how like he's in Marvel movies, but he didn't know he was going to be in this Marvel movie until the like chair showed up, and he was like, "What?"
That's funny.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a blunder. It's more than a bit of a blunder, but I just think it's bad. I think it was bad marketing, but I guess, whatever. What's the saying? Like, bad publicity is still publicity.
Yeah. There's no such thing as bad publicity.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I'm kind of flabbergasted from them doing it because I'm just like, wow, like how tone deaf are you guys about this movie? Like, anyway.
I echo a lot of what Jeremy was saying. Like everything that Jeremy was saying. Like, did I like it? No, I thought it was dumb. But at the same time, I think it's freaking genius, and it's gotten us and everybody else talking about it. And that's what they wanted. That's what they needed. They needed us to be talking, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whatever the case is. Like, we're about to have a however long of a conversation talking about these actors, and then whoever's not got a fucking chair yet. Like,
That to me, that speaks more volumes as the names that weren't shown.
Right. So as quickly as I can, I'm going to go through the cheers that we did see.
Okay.
So hold on to your hats, everybody. And I'm going to do it in order that they drop the chairs as well. So
I'm holding on
got
to
a
my
firm
hat.
grip there, Richard?
Yeah, I'm holding on to my hat. You told me.
Chris Hemsworth of Thor, of course. And by the way, this is assuming that the actors are going to match their like characters they've had however long.
Yeah, and they're not
Now,
like
could they flip it?
Yeah.
They absolutely could. But this is more than likely, I would assume, the characters are going to go with Chris Hemsworth, Thor, Vanessa Kirby, Sue Storm, Anthony Mackie, Captain America, Sam Wilson, Sebastian Stan, Bucky Barnes, Letitia Wright, Shuri, Paul Rudd, Scott Lang, Ant-Man, Wyatt Russell as John Walker, U.S. Agent, Tenoch Huerta, Namor, Eben Moss Backrack as Ben Grimm, The Thing, Simu Liu as Shang-Chi, Florence Pugh, Yelena Belova, Kelsey Grammer, Hank McCoy, Beast, Lewis Pullman. I'm going to just stick with Bob so I don't ruin anything because Bob is in the trailer.
Yeah.
So, Danny Ramirez as Joaquin Torres, the Falcon. Go to my next page. Joseph Quinn, Johnny Storm, Human Torch. David Harbour, Alexei
Red Guardian. Just call him Red Guardian.
Yes, Red Guardian. Winston Dukes, M'Baku. Hannah John Kamen as Ava Starr, the Ghost. Tom Hiddleston, Loki. Patrick Stewart, Charles Xavier, Professor X. Ian McKellen. Holy shit. Ian McKellen as Max Einstart, a.k.a. Magnus, a.k.a. Eric Lyncher, a.k.a. Magneto. Alan Cumming is Kurt Wagner, Nightcrawler. Rebecca Romijn as Raven Darkholm, Mystique. James Marsden as Scott Summers, Cyclops. Channing Tatum, Remy LeBeau, Gambit. Pedro Pascal, Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, and Robert Downey Jr. This time around, more than likely, Victor Von Doom, a.k.a. Dr. Doom. So,
you know how long I've been waiting for this?
yeah,
I couldn't get to that one in time.
Which that right there alone brings up an interesting point of like, there's an argument to be made of what universe Deadpool and Wolverine in compared to where the X-Men are compared to where Remy LeBeau's going to be.
What do you like? He probably got brought back to Deadpool's universe. I think you're thinking way too much into this.
Well, the map that I had laid out or whatever kind of makes it to where it's like one Wolverine's not the same as another one, and it was a whole thing,
right?
Because like, if that's the case, we can't have a Jean Grey.
Yeah,
she's dead.
She's dead. Yeah, I mean you can because Jean Grey comes back anyway because that's the whole point of the Phoenix.
She does, yes, but we can't have a Scott either because he's dead.
Right? Yeah. Unless she, I don't know, fucking uses her powers or whatever and brings him back. I think it's going to be the Monica Rambeau's X-Men universe that she showed up at the end of the Marvels.
No, I totally agree. That it's that universe,
which may be why we don't, because that was one of my things. Is interesting. No Deadpool and no Wolverine.
Right. No, I think it has to be that one because that's the whole point of the incursion is that Monica Rambeau from 616 is now in this X-Men universe. That's what's going to pull the two Earths together. That's what we've learned from Multiverse of Madness. And that's the reason why that incursion is going to happen unless Monica Rambeau gets moved back over. And even then it might not be in time to stop it. So I'm with you. So like it's kind of like a weird thing of like, okay, well, where's Deadpool and Wolverine? That was weird that we didn't get those chairs.
Yeah. My theory is they're going to be like a post-credit thing of like Deadpool and Wolverine show up through like one of those like Doctor Strange portals or whatever. And they're like, come on, we got to go. Look at my dick. Or I don't know. You know, Wade, he's always going to make a dick joke.
Wait, let me get my unicorn.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's none of that. I think that the Spider-Man movie, where it lands, kind of makes sense as far as like why Tom Holland may not have a chair,
which is fine.
So I
I
kind of get that.
I don't need him to be in this movie.
There was a lot of X-Men from past movies
Days of Future
that
Past
we didn't get. Right. So I guess I'm wondering if this is the last chair thing that we get. I kind of wonder if we're going to get another chair video.
God, I fucking hope not. There's one that hasn't been mentioned, and I've been waiting for Jeremy to pipe in.
Oh, I know. She's missing.
Yeah, there's no Captain Marvel at all, considering that if it is the Monica Rambeau thing, that ended in her movie.
Yeah, but if it's happening on that, I mean, it's happening on a different universe. I mean,
yeah, but I think the whole point is that universe and the one that Captain Marvel's in are colliding.
Yeah. Well, then, I mean, obviously, like, you got to save the best for last. So they'll bring her out at the end.
I expected better.
And that'll
from you,
just
Jerry.
wrap it all up. Like, as far as like, yep, it's sold. Like, sold out movie. Go ahead and release the tickets.
That's what we were missing the whole time.
If
was
only.
Brie Larson.
Yeah.
If only we had Captain Marvel here.
No Brie Larson, no Mon Villani, no Oscar Isaac, which, whatever. You can kind of go back and forth on
No
Oscar
Young
Isaac.
Avengers. Since we saw
No Young
the,
Avengers, yeah.
the like concept
No.
art of that. No Vision, no Peter Quill.
Right, yeah. Yeah, no, that's weird. It's weird that certain ones, no Wong,
No Hulk. No She-Hulk.
no Doctor Strange,
Yeah.
which he's dick all with Clea somewhere.
Yeah.
But I mean, surely that ties into Doomsday at some point in time, like especially with the things that were done in Multiverse Madness of like Doctor Strange is the biggest threat to the universe.
Yeah. I don't honestly.
We've shifted.
Yeah. Like, that's one of those plot, like we talked about. That's one of the plot threads that we just don't fucking know. Like, it's just sort of dangling out.
Doctor Strange is the biggest threat to the multiverse. 30 years later.
2,000 years later.
We finally get an answer.
So I don't know. Like, I was just thinking, like, if they did bring in, like, do another Cheers thing and like having, and they got to like Guardians, would they just have a pot for Groot? I'm just sitting there.
No, because he's like King Groot. He's like Colossal Groot now.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's the biggest, baddest bastard there is.
But it'd be a really big pot. They make those.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be a
Yeah, they do.
giant, like, terracotta pot.
That's funny. Yeah, I didn't think about it. There's no Guardians either.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to see Guardians. I really don't. I think we'll see
Yeah.
Peter Quill and that's it.
If even that. Well, and like this is for Doomsday. This is not necessarily for Secret Wars.
Right. I know. But you would think, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, man. I'm just talking. I'm just screaming into the void.
I mean, it may be that we lose all these chairs.
Yeah, they all die.
They all die, and what we have left over is what the chairs we haven't seen yet.
Mm.
The Guardians, the Peter Quills, the Visions, the Young Avengers / champions. You know what I mean? Like that may be the ones that win it in Secret Wars before we reboot the whole Marvel universe to have everybody in one thing.
Fingers crossed.
So is Secret Wars before or after Doomsday is supposed to be released?
It's after.
After
Okay.
the year after, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And Doomsday.
So we get Doomsday, we get
27?
Spider-Man, and then
26?
we get 27 for
27.
for Secret Wars. 26
okay.
for Doomsday.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Doomsday is essentially just Secret Wars Part 1. They just don't want to,
Yeah.
for some stupid fucking reason, they don't want to call it that. They just want to call it a different thing.
Yeah. I'm still holding out hope that it's actually going to be like a trilogy of movies.
I mean, you can hold out on that. I doubt they're doing that.
I'm holding out hope. I'm holding out hope. We're gonna get done with Doomsday. We're gonna start heading into Secret Wars, and then that freaking New York Comic Con is gonna roll around. They're gonna be like, "Oh, y'all thought we were done? Oh no, this is just the beginning." And then they announce another.
I'm gonna be like, please God, stop. Just stop. I want
some Battle World shit. I want Battle World TV shows. I want Battle World movies.
That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen.
Oh, come on now.
You know that ain't gonna happen.
Come on now.
Come on, where we going? You know that ain't happening.
Battle World. That's where we're going.
That ain't
That's what I
going
was
nowhere.
saying.
I'm telling you right now that ain't happening. They are what they need to do is they need to just take a break for like 5 years or something and start over. But they're not going to do that. They're going to go straight into mutants.
No.
And
Oh yeah, they're gonna run that shit in the ground.
yeah, they're already running shit in the ground because like most people don't care about these movies anymore. A lot of people are getting real tired of them, and I'm just like,
You know,
guys.
You say that, And I'm with you, and I hear you, and I think there's something there. But at the same time, there was how many people watching fucking Cheers for 5 hours?
Yeah, but it wasn't as many as it was like during the Comic-Con, like Infinity War and Endgame kind of stuff. They're still it's I don't know, to me it's embarrassing. They're still like trying, like desperately grasping onto that like fame, if you will. And it's like, guys, y'all need to just do stuff that's like fun and entertaining. Quit trying to like make everybody a quip machine, and now everyone that's cast as a character is a big name actor, and we got to have like recurring characters from other like movie franchises to be in this movie. I know it's supposed to be a multiversal thing, but it's like, come on. Did you not even listen to what Deadpool was saying in the Deadpool movie? It's like, it's not working. It's not great.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
Don't get me wrong. I want like Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars, like just brought onto the screen. Like I want to see all the amazing, crazy fan service moments in that. But I don't think we're going to get like a quarter of that.
Ugh.
I really think you're onto something with, we're going to get Avengers versus X-Men, but it's not going to be like they're fighting over the Phoenix. It's going to be just them fighting for their universes.
Yeah. That'll be Doomsday.
I really don't know. Like the other thing that irritates me is like Doom has not been set up. So I don't know how Doom factors into any of this.
I think they're going to retcon it and make it to where he's been behind the scenes pulling strings the entire time.
Yeah, probably.
I think that's what they're going to do, or they're going to play it to where it was like the whole reason for the multiversal war and there to be a time loop for the Loom and all that shit is because Dr. Doom is actually the threat of the multiverse. And like when he gets like, if you continue this loop of him not being created or whatever, that now that you have him being created, he just kind of fucks shit up.
Yeah. Maybe. We'll see.
So, maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see. If we're lucky.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Y'all got anything else for these chairs?
No, I'm good.
No. They don't even look like comfy chairs either.
No, they don't.
No. There was no cushions at all. So... And to bring Robert Downey Jr. at the end of it, like, I get, but it's almost kind of like you're double down on what everybody was talking about how like, oh, we feel like they're bringing in Robert Downey just as like a break emergency in case, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like break class in case of emergency. And it's like, then they brought him in. And it's like, maybe y'all are doubling down on that. Like I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, like I said earlier on, God willing, we'll all watch the Thunderbolts next weekend. We'll do a review of that. So that'll be out next. Otherwise, we'll do something else nerdy. I don't know. But in the meantime, Jeremy, where can they find you at?
They can find me on Twitch under the handle Night Fury GTO. That's Night with a K. And you can find me here.
Awesome. Richard, where can they find you at?
If you want to contact me directly, I have an X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram, a Blue Skies, and a Threads. My handle is Night Curry. Night like day and night, and Curry with a K. If you want to contact us directly, we have a Gmail. Our Gmail is comicallycomicspodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to check us out on YouTube, possibly TikTok, we'll see, and Instagram, you can check us out under the name Comically Comics Podcast. And if you want to check us out on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, you can check us out under the name Comically Comics with a Professor X.
You can find me on Instagram, eBay, and Shortbox, 22_comics. You can also find me on YouTube at 22 comics. Thank y'all so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed as much as we did. Making it, with all being said, say goodbye, Jeremy.
Bye, Jeremy.
Goodbye, Jeremy. Goodbye. Hope you like those chairs.
Are we safe?
I don't know.